Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are here today and we got an upgrade that we're going to be doing to the Bronco. This is courtesy of HRG Engineering, which is sponsoring this video with these ditch light brackets. So we're going to talk a little bit about the old ones where we had this kind of hood clamp and tried to use those. I don't think they work very well. They did hold up. I can't say they really didn't work well, but we're going to talk a little bit about that, so stay tuned. So these ditch bracket, the ditch lights that we currently had on here are these ones here. These are the brackets here, and basically what it did was it just kind of clamped onto the hood here and held it on here, which all works good, but it has like a little rubber bracket here. We got one off. It's got a little rubber bracket and a little rubber piece, some other stuff to help kind of hold it all on, and they did their purpose. They worked really good. Now we want something a little more stable. HRG Engineering created these here. These are the brackets here. This is the this is the left hand side. So basically it's going to go up underneath. It's going to go up underneath, come up. It's going to kick it to the side a little bit so you can actually mount them for the ditch lights. And basically the way this mounts is this here, this bracket actually goes between the hood hinge and the actual hood. So we're going to give this an attempt. We're going to try the left hand side first, see how well it works. When I was talking to Ben, and he sent me an email regarding this, and he says that you can see it from inside the door when it's open, but I really can't see it and get to it. So we are going to try to mount this and see if we can get the hood to line back up pretty close. I've never been really good at this. Luckily I got a guy that can help me out with this just in case, so let's get started. So before we get this mounted, I want to talk a little bit about some of these brackets. We're going to open this one up real quick and kind of show you. So this is actual steel, sturdy, powder coated. I think it's like 11 gauge steel. And this basically gives us the ability that when we mount this behind the hood, on the hood hinges, comes up behind the hood, gives you a good solid mounting point. And this here actually gives you a spot to mount your pod light. Now we're going to use the original night lights that we purchased for this, which are basically knockoffs of the ridge lights. We are going to be installing some diode lights onto this, but before we do that we want to get a plate made for this to kind of extend over for our GMSR radio for the passenger side. And then we also want to try to maybe elevate and put a second set so we have a forward facing light to go forward, as well as ditch lights. So we're going to kind of add on to this a little bit and maybe work with Ben to maybe add on to his design for some accessories, add on to this, because I see a lot of value in an actual hard piece of metal like this. So let's get started. Now when you get started, you're going to need a 13mm wrench to kind of pop these free, and then you're going to feed this behind here. So I don't have anybody out here yet, but I do have my wife that can come out here just in case we need some of her help with this. But we're gonna see how well it works first. You guys don't have a good set of ratchet wrenches yet, you definitely want to invest in those for tight areas like this. Now what you're going to want to do to try to get this somewhat lined back up where it was before is don't torque it all the way down like what I just did. Kind of keep it a little loose, and then try to line up some of the holes or some of the paint lines already to kind of put it back where it was. And we're going to torque that down first, and we're going to give that a shot to see if that works out for. Sorry for the noise. Xander's home with his Miata. we're gonna try to hopefully maybe see if that will work with the install. Set that down, set that down. Now give us a second, we're gonna move you guys and we're gonna test fit this to see if we got it pretty. Okay, just to show you guys, even though we got super close on where the bolts were, this changed the whole parameter of it just because we did elevate a little bit more here. I think I'm going to take it off and I'm going to put it back the way it was, where the bolts actually go on the bracket goes on the bottom of the hinge, so it doesn't change it, because I think what it's doing is it's actually lifting the back of the hood up this way compared to this here. So let's take that off and let's put it underneath the bracket so it's not between. So I'm hoping you guys like that video. It's not very much. Again, we're just doing smaller clips and doing smaller things. The Bronco's pretty much ready for what we needed to. We have a couple more major things we want to do to it over the next year, but we're going to kind of hold off on that because we want to actually go out and actually do some testing on it of what we've already done for it. And then plus we have the Trailhawk. Trailhawk hasn't really seen any love, and we daily drive her all the time, and my wife loves her, but I'm ready to start working on her and seeing what we can do for her. She's already got 2-inch lift on it from So the Trailhawk has a 2-inch lift ready from MFC. We found that out after I crawled up under there and saw the spacer kit and everything under there. So that's already done. We don't have to worry about that. We cleaned her up today, cleaned both vehicles up, got this installed. The pods here for the Bronco Sport look amazing. For the ditch lights, way more stable. I'll be able to actually go and build out a small bracket for it so that we can actually put a small antenna on here as well. I'm thinking we put maybe like a little small antenna, kind of kick it from this here a little bit. Got some more adjustments I still got to do, but I think a small little platform that comes over for a little antenna right here for the GMSR radio, but it's actually going to be on that side. Not this side. But yeah, I'm really hoping you guys like this video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. We got more trails and stuff coming for the Bronco Sport as well as the Trailhawk. So if you guys are Trailhawk fans and Jeep fans, make sure you guys share it and let people know about us, and we will see you guys in the next video. See you guys out there. Peace.